Hello and welcome to this episode of RPGGamer Top 5s. And this time we're going to do the Top 5 2019 RPGs on Steam. Now, we've done the top RPGs on Steam in another video, one which is now the most popular video on my channel. So I'm definitely returning to the well on this one. However, the biggest criticism of that video is that all of the games on it were older. And personally, it had one of my pet peeves, with Skyrim and Fallout New Vegas showing up yet again. So this time we've decided to limit the list to only games which were released in the last 12 months, with all of the games being released in 2019. Which means that I'm personally not familiar with any of these games, so can't really say if they're RPGs or not. So I've trusted those voting and just included the top 5 that met the criteria of the poll. And with that admission, let's get on with the countdown. And at number 5, Own Prologue by Eggnut, released on the 24th of April with 206 votes. Own Prologue is the demo of an upcoming noir-inspired detective adventure. Step into the shoes of Howard Lotor, an anthropomorphic raccoon and private eye, and explore the 2.5D pixel art environments of a dystopian Vancouver. Howard Lotor is smart, self-assured and set in his ways. Caught in the tedium of day-to-day life, he's resigned to the abuses of the authoritative regime in power, and compliant with the systemic inequality that permeates society. Most of the cases he works on are unremarkable domestic disputes. Odette Green's case probably won't be any different. Backbone's gameplay is a new take on point-and-click adventures, featuring stealth, exploration and extensive branching dialogues inspired by the classic CRPGs. As Howard, you must traverse the different districts of a now walled-off Vancouver, sniff out clues, collect evidence, interrogate witnesses, and choose which leads to follow. Inspired by film noir, Backbone submerges you into its dark dystopian atmosphere. Every animation in the game is handcrafted frame by frame, and environments are modelled after real streets in Vancouver, British Columbia. The combination of high-resolution pixel art and 3D effects like dynamic lighting, pouring rain, volumetric fog, and neon lights bring the sprawling city to life. An original doom jazz soundtrack keeps you on the edge with an enveloping veil of bebop and cinematic soundscapes, where every sound tells a story. And at number 4, Streets of Rogue by TinyBuild, released on the 12th of July, with 964 votes. Streets of Rogue is a roguelite about player choice, freedom and anarchic fun. The game takes inspiration from fast-paced top-down roguelites like Binding of Isaac and Nuclear Throne, and adds freeform, experimentation-driven, emergent gameplay elements of RPGs like Deus Ex, and lets you play the game your way, so if you don't want to kill anyone, that's cool. If you don't want to hack computers, the game's got you covered. Lead a gang, free slaves, drink beer, gib ghosts, become a vampire, shrink people and stomp on them. It claims to be the most insanely varied game ever made. Rather than taking place in a dungeon, the game is set in a functioning, procedurally generated city, where complex AI informs denizens from all walks of life, who are just trying to get by in their daily activities. In order to progress, the player will need to accomplish specific mission goals in any way they see fit, through use of their special character traits, items, and the environment. At number 3, Hades by Supergiant Games, released on the 10th of December, with 1,092 votes. Hades is a godlike roguelike dungeon crawler that combines the best aspects of Supergiant's critically acclaimed titles, including the fast-paced action of Bastion, the rich atmosphere and depth of Transistor, and the character-driven storytelling of Pyre. As the immortal prince of the underworld, you'll wield the powers and mythic weapons of Olympus to break free from the clutches of the god of dead himself, while growing stronger and unravelling more of the storyline with each unique escape attempt. The Olympians have your back. Meet Zeus, Athena, Poseidon and many more, and choose from their dozens of powerful boons that enhance your abilities. There are thousands of viable character builds to discover as you go. The game has a fully voiced cast of colourful, larger-than-life characters, all waiting to meet you. Grow your relationships with them and experience hundreds of unique story elements as you learn about what's really at stake in this big dysfunctional family. And new surprises await you every time you delve into the ever-shifting underworld. And permanent upgrades mean you don't have to be a god at the game yourself to experience the exciting combat and gripping storyline. At number 2, Unheard by Next Studios, released on the 29th of March, with 1,291 votes. What if you could hear every word spoken at the scene of a crime? In Unheard, you play an acoustic detective testing a new device. You return orally to crime scenes and use the voices you hear to identify potential suspects and solve the mysteries. What is it that's connecting these seemingly unrelated cases? Step through time as you use the device to eavesdrop on conversations from past crime scenes. Every clue, every move, and every motive will be presented in the form of audio. Rather than controlling one character, you need only listen to their conversations, following along as the story evolves. Use the information you hear to match names to voices and determine how everything and everyone is related. Can you discover the truth? And don't expect to be fed a pile of clues. Rather take the role of fly on the wall, observing and listening to the events as they unfold. Anyone could be a culprit. Key clues may be revealed at any second. Any character's storyline may cross paths with another's at any point in time. You become the editor, and the order of the story is up to you. And at number 1, Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night by Artplay, released on the 18th of June, with 1,860 votes. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is an exploration-focused, side-scroller action RPG. Play as Miriam, an orphan scarred by an alchemist's curse that slowly crystallizes her body. Battle through a demon-infested castle, and defeat its masters, save yourself and all of humanity. The game has story cutscenes and NPC interactions fully voice-acted by a star-studded cast, including actors like David Hayter, Ray Chase, and Erica Lindbergh, to name just a few. There's 3 playable characters, 2 of which have yet to be revealed. The game claims to have literally a metric ton of weapons and spells, all of which you can upgrade, level up, and visually customize. It has beautiful 2.5D graphics, with 3D models crafted with a lot of love and care on a 2D game environment, which means lots of cool tricks that regular 2D can't do. And that's it for this list of the top 5 2019 RPGs on Steam. So what did you think? Have you played any of these? Do any of them stretch the definition of an RPG and shouldn't really have been on the list? Or are there any other games which you think should have been on the list? Let us know in the comments below, or through email or the website. Anyway, as always, many thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like what we're doing, but most of all, you look after yourselves, and we'll catch you later. Bye.